Hello survivors, welcome to another Tower of Babel Survivor of Chaos video. Today we're going to be showing you Lightning Wave, we've got daggers, we've got a spinning blade and earth spark as uniques. We've actually got a couple of uniques that work with earth spark. We've got this roar of earth, we've got the heroes blade, sorry, not that one. We've got shattering spark, and then we've got the whisper of earth over here. So we increase the number of sparks, but individual hits per spark, and it reduces the cooldown by 25%. We've then also got that they stun enemies for a second upon hit as well. So pretty cool. We've also got lightning skills. Crit have a chance to restore life. We've then got Lightning Wave has more chance to consecutively cast and or activate upon casting, and we've also got that the waves originate from random enemies, reducing damage and attack range by 30%. It's not really that bad, and once we get to like level 13 Lightning Wave, we actually deal a lot of damage. And then we picked up this weapon, a Dagger of Chaos, so that the daggers are increased by 100% projectiles, and we throw them in random directions. So let's get straight into it and see what all of that looks like when put together. Hopefully we can get those skills because it is RNG out the window, but we'll see. Also, I don't know how much more time we're going to put into the demo because all the save data is not going to be transferred over to the early access. So it doesn't make sense to spend that much time in the demo. I mean, I am having fun with it, and although there's only one floor, it is nice to try and get as many different uniques as possible so that we can play silly things with them, like the earth spark one. But yeah, we'll see where we go and how things go, or how I feel about it, because there's a lot out there. Alright, we do get dagger, we also get earth spark. We're going to start with earth spark since it is a level 2. Remember, there are going to be multiple hits per enemy, and it is going to stun them. But look at that, look how often it's going off, ladies and gentlemen. It's just ridiculous. Lovely to see. Now the damage isn't that high, but remember, it will be getting higher. We want to increase the number of enemies spawned, so we've got 10% curse. We will put that up even more. What's nice is we did get the XP range gain. I do want to get XP gain as well, and try and get this to as high of a level as possible as well, because that's going to allow us to obviously get higher levels into our skills. There's Lightning Wave, that's beautiful. So now you're going to see Lightning Wave is going to attack random enemies instead of being on our character. So it deals a little bit less damage than it would normally do because of the unique, so it's dealing 30% less damage, but that's alright, it's not the end of the world. As soon as you start to level it up, it gets higher. Projectile count, very good for absolutely everything. Good for auto attacks, good for any skill, because every skill gets projectiles or counts. I guess projectile is the wrong word to put. They should just put like a multicast count would be better. So if you ever played a game where there's a multicast, this is the same thing. So just so you understand that it's not necessarily about there being a projectile or two. Like, how does Lightning Wave get more projectiles when it's not a projectile? They just mean the skill's gonna go off multiple times. Alright, we do get Spinning Blade as well, which is part of the uniques. The unique we had is that Spinning Blade fires off from our character into random directions, which you can then see. So that's really cool. The only thing we need to get now is Dagger, and then any random skill to go with that as well. And then that's the 5 skills for the level. At least we know we're not going to get anything else random from there. There used to be a unique in the game, or not used to be, there is a unique in the game that causes you to get revived, or there's a stat in the game that gives you a free revive. The stat wasn't working previously, but we are actually in the demo version 0.02 or whatever, and that was actually updated recently. Made it so we get increased weapon chance drops for uniques, and ooh yes. Wait, why is it throwing it all the time? Wait, that is broken. I mean, I know I'm broken, but this is broken. Okay, I mean, it is random, so it's not necessarily going to hit everything, but the fact that it's constantly spewing out attacks from everywhere is insane. Okay, over there we prioritized the XP gain because we wanted to make sure that we are picking up every single piece of XP on the floor. Yes, there is a chance to get a magnet from one of the elite enemies, but I feel like it's just easier to run and pick everything up as opposed to, I mean, we could stand still, but that's a little bit boring to watch at least. So we're not going to do that. Alright, Earth Spark level 3. The only thing about this unique weapon is that when it comes to the boss, dagger is probably the strongest weapon in the game. And by having it go in random directions also means that it's not going to hit the boss as often as possible. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword over here. So it's really strong, as in like you don't have to worry about being completely surrounded by enemies. We can go for this. I mean, we're getting increased damage, we're getting area attack radius, piercing chance, and projectile increase. So that's going to be pretty good. Also randomly spawning from our character. Yeah, so even though it's really good for instances like this where we get surrounded, it's not very good for the boss fight where the boss decides to come from a specific direction or only from one area. So I don't know, I'll see. This is an increased chance for attacks to deal critical damage. Now, what I have figured out is that when they say for attacks to deal critical damage, they're actually talking about your basic attacks from what I understand. These things are not attacks, they are skills or spells, I don't know. I need to just read the wording for the projectile count because that does actually increase projectiles of your skills or abilities. And or ask the developer if critical hit chance is increasing your the damage of these. Curse is increased number of spawned enemies. Let's go and increase that by another 10%. And the reason we actually increase curse is because we want as many enemies as possible so that we can get as much gold as well as items and XP as possible from the game. I mean, we already dropped a legendary amulet. We'll see what we get at the end of the run, but it's just a good thing. So cast skills more frequently, that's a good example of what we want to do. I am going to actually take that. So the skills and the attacks look like they could be very, very different, just based on wording, like if you read into things. So like attack range, it says it's for attacks, and then their cast frequency was, it says your skills cast more frequently. So definitely under those wordings, it brings up about, the question, okay, well, does that crit increase then give the crit to your actual abilities? And the answer is looking like it's a no. I'm not a developer though, so I'm not 100% sure, but just based on that, even here, attack a wider area, it's all based on the basic attack, not anything else. So not a developer, you don't have to take my word for it, but just from the wording and my understanding and taking these upgrades and seeing what happens, I can say with quite a lot of confidence that that is how it works. But to be certain, we can wait till the early access or whatever the case may be just before we actually find out what the truth is to that. In the demo, it doesn't really matter too much because you can take anything you want as long as you've leveled up some of the meta progression and things like that. It doesn't even matter what skill you use, it doesn't matter the items as much. You'll be able to finish everything, this level quite easily. But specifics and builds and things like that will be more important when it comes to the early access, with these minor details being very important then. Right now, the game's easy enough for the first level to not really worry about the minor details. Alright, lots of gear dropping over there. And we've got quite a lot of XP gain radius, so we're actually in a very good spot with regards to XP. The more XP we get, although I say that, but we're getting really bad RNG on level ups. There's a level 3 lightning wave, increase to the damage is what we like to see. I did do a run before when I picked up this item to see what it looked like, and we got to a level 14 lightning wave, and it feels so good, guys. So if you're able to get like your one skill up to a really high level, it feels so good. There's just not enough time in a single run to do everything, to get them all to a really high level. Unless you're super lucky with RNG, then you can, but I haven't got anything to level 10 as a passive or level 20 as a skill. But this definitely makes it look very, very easy. But you can see the damage isn't as high as I would have liked. We will take Ice Orb over here, just because I really, really enjoy the skill, like every other video. Actually, that's kind of funny because I use these skills in nearly every single one of my videos, but it's kind of funny because they are my main skills. I always, like last time we used spinning daggers and we used dagger or spinning blades, but we're getting the uniques to go with the skills, so it makes sense to use them. Let's see. Oh, I thought we had 5 of these already, so I don't understand why we're being offered another. We've got spinning blades, lightning wave, ice orb, that's 3, earth spark is 4. So what am I missing? There is a 5th one, but obviously not something we needed. Spinning blade, dagger, lightning wave, ice orb. We got space for one more, but we don't really want anything else. It would be nice if hopefully in the game they're going to have an opportunity for us to banish all the other skills. I do know that banishes and rerolls are going to be available. I just wonder how they're going to work. Alright, there is another amulet over here. That's awesome. Alright, our damage is actually really bad. I'm not going to lie. Okay, as we say that, we get a level 3 increase to our earth spark. I'll take that. Pick up as much gold as possible as well. I say I'm not going to play a lot of the demo. If I go into my meta progression, you guys are going to be like, yeah, bro, can you play a lot of the demo? I think we'll take, no, we'll level up daggers first. We'll focus on the level of the skills we currently have. If the game gives us the opportunity to increase the level of a current skill versus not, then we'll go with it. But as long as we get a skill we're currently using, we'll focus that instead of taking a new skill. Oh, you're gonna drop me something? See, this is the only problem with daggers. Like, look, they hardly hit the enemy even though it's standing right in front of them. So I don't know how I feel about this weapon, but for now, it's good. For now, it's fine. Good to see how it works. There's always a calm for like a minute after 10 minutes where the game's changing the rotation of the enemies, bringing the new enemies in. I don't need that I don't need that time. I want as many enemies as possible. That's why we take the curse effect, but I actually do wonder if the curse effect is working sometimes. I would have to go and look at another video from another time, or I'd have to look at the very end to see how many enemies we landed up killing. And see, oh, okay, well, we actually got rid of 10,000 enemies this run. And I'd have to go look at another time that we play without the curse effect and see how many we landed up getting at the end of that run as well. And then you can compare, okay, well, it actually does work, but that's the only way, or just asking the developer if it is actually working or if it's bugged. Damage, increase all damage dealt, that's fine, that's actually good. That's going to increase the damage of lightning wave, since it does have a decreased damage. Now, I do wonder if this works very similar to other games where, like Soulstone Survivors, for an example, if we had a item, in this case, like our item where it says that the lightning wave has 30% less damage, when we get like a 10% increase to damage, is it 30% less of the 10%, or is it just 30% less total, and everything over and above that starts to give us more damage? So do we gain a total less damage like we would in Soulstone Survivors, or is it just once off that deals less damage, but you can get to incredible amounts of damage with the passives and things like that? So that's a very interesting one that I haven't thought about until right now, and that's something we would, I mean, this game is not really easy to test things out, but that's something we can definitely find out for you if you are interested. Okay, Lightning Wave level 5, increase the damage and the critical hit chance. Remember, every time Lightning Wave crits, there's a chance that we heal. So it's a very, very strong, especially with projectile count, as well as having a higher level onto it. So we definitely want that critical hit chance. I think Corpse Explosion would work really well with this setup as well. But we use it so often, I feel like it's just... yeah, we shouldn't use it right now. But I mean, I can stand still. I feel pretty safe to do so. We can even run really close to everything. Earth Spark and Lightning Wave dealing nice damage out there with the daggers. It's going to be interesting to see. We get a level 8 daggers, which is good to see as well, because that's going to increase our overall damage. Get closer to the throwing the projectile enemies, because you know, we don't want to have to dive and dodge all the time. This guy, we just need to stay away from him so we can not have him explode on us, and that way we're able to get more. So area of effect doesn't work for us. We are going to grab the cast frequency, because area of effect is for your basic attack. It says attack area of effect, so can only surmise they mean area of effect. Here, a whole lot of things dropping. I don't even want... so this is persistent of skills. We don't really have any skills that use duration, but we didn't really get any good options over there. I didn't really want to level up our basic attack. I would have loved to have kept it at level 1, but RNG, that happens, unfortunately. Okay, we do get a +2 to cast speed, which is very, very good. So 20% increased cast speed for all of our spells. I still don't feel like it changes anything. I don't know. I feel like cast speed doesn't do anything, because you get a lot of cast speed already from leveling up the skill. More than you would. And the thing is, the stat screen doesn't show you what the numbers of the skills were. So it shows you your character stats, but it doesn't show you the stats of the skills, besides for how much damage that skill did. So you'll never really know if cast speed helped or what the case was. So no real way to find that out, unfortunately. I do like the sound of the of the skeletons popping. I like that bone sound that we get. It's like comical in a sense. Apparently they changed the Skeleton King so that there's a time limit to defeat it. I haven't experienced it. I don't see a time limit when I'm playing against him, so I don't actually know what that's all about. Pickup range, we're gonna go for cast speed. I think our 3 meter pickup range is actually pretty decent already. But yeah, you can see we struggle just to defeat the uniques or the elite enemies right now, and that's because our single target isn't the greatest, but our area of effect is fantastic. Alright, lightning wave gets another level up. That's perfect. I would like even more levels up into it. Gonna have to use basic attacks over here. Luckily our basic attack did level up quite a bit. So I guess in some sense, even though we didn't really want to work on the basic attack, the fact that we did get some was helpful. Get a little bit of a magnet over there. Earth Spark, level 7. And it's another slime, that's okay. There's a lot being dropped, but we can't even pick any of it up right now. Okay, we do get the level 9 Earth Spark, so 20% damage, cast, projectile count. That's pretty good. I guess once it's just the Skeleton King, we might have a better time. We do get a unique weapon, so maybe it will change our daggers, which will be fine. Could have gone Corpse Explosion, but we've kind of reached the point where it's at that point now that we don't need the area of effect damage. We've kind of, this is the worst of it, and we're kind of done with it. So don't need that anymore. XP gain, a bit difficult for you to be there. I guess that's better than the other two. We're not really worried about basic attack increases. I guess, you see, even attack speed, it doesn't, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot that helps with your basic attack, but we're not looking for that stuff. Oh, we got another weapon. Dropping a lot of uniques today. This is awesome. Increase the level of our lightning wave to level 8. I don't know, let's see how long it takes to kill, to get rid of this guy. Maybe he can give us another unique. Nope. But he does give us a lot of gold, because remember, everything he drops is gold for us. We're going to grab that for the critical hit chance on the daggers. It's okay. We need 10 seconds to get rid of this elite. There we go. We get the magnet, which is great. Spinning blade level up. Spinning blade level up. That's pretty decent. And let's see what happens now with the boss fight. If we don't win it, it's not the end of the world, but something's hitting him hard though. We are doing a lot more damage than I thought we would. Maybe Earth Spark, because it's only one enemy, is really doing a good amount of work right now. Because you can see as soon as there are enemies around, his life starts going down a lot slower. So could be the fact that Earth Spark's actually doing a lot of work for us, as well as Lightning Wave. I can't see it being Dagger, but we'll definitely see at the end what the DPS of the skills were. Obviously, whatever the highest skill was is going to do the most amount of DPS, but it's always nice to have a look. Alright, even more uniques. We'll have to see what we get over there and whether or not we actually keep them, but we'll show you everything else, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just take a look at the end over here. Earth Spark dealing the most amount of damage. As you can see, you can't actually click on anything, so that's the one thing that I'm talking about. Also the character stats. The critical hit chance actually got increased. Before it used to be 0. So now you can actually see we're on 2.6% over there. But as you can see, the attack area, piercing chance, all of that's at 0%. So the fact that we'll end up getting more of an increase, it's still going to be 0% as far as I understand it, unless something changed over there as well. But we'll see what happens. Damn it, the daggers did 106,000, so not bad, but not the greatest. They probably would have done more damage if they didn't have the way that they were attacking. So yeah, pretty decent. Let's go see what uniques we actually got, and we can see from there whether or not we're actually going to be keeping anything. So over here, cold skills we don't use. Well, I mean, we use Ice Spark, but that's fine. Receive a mana, nope, that's trash. Damage received reduced by 20% for 3 seconds. I prefer the Earth Spark one, but it's not bad. Cold skills hits a cold skill, critical hits, chill and slow. Increased chill effect slow by 70%, so that's actually not bad. It's also really good weapon power weapon, if that makes sense. So we only used this dagger because of the damage to elites and the cast speed, but this has actually got a lot of damage on it, so we might land up using it. Warriors Resolved, critical strike chance for consecutive special attacks. Nope, not interested in that. Magic Hammer spirals out like whirlwinds around you, +3 minimum piercing count. That is so much fun. And then if there are 5 enemies within range, within 6 meters, 50% increased attack damage. So we used to use this weapon, but we got rid of it because we wanted to try the Dagger of Chaos. But we might land up using something like the Breath of Frost, because we do use the ice skills, so maybe using cold will be very good, but that's the only one as well as this. But we'd have to get rid of the Earth Spark, which I don't actually like too much anyway. But anyway, as it is, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.